The time is here once again. It's wonderful Christmas time. The streets are white with snow. Families are traveling from across the country to spend time with their families, to watch Christmas movies, to just sit around a fire and just enjoy each other's company for the holiday, which is Christmas. My family, you guys don't really seem to care all about that crap. Maybe you will get together occasionally to watch a Christmas movie like Home Alone, or you'll get together to build a gingerbread house, but what my parents seem to focus mostly on is the Christmas shopping aspect of the holiday. So, what I want to talk about, if you yourself are a gamer, if you have kids that are gamers, or if you have cousins or relatives, you get someone for like White Elephant or whatever, and they love video games, I want to talk about some of the best Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2 video games that you can get them for this Christmas that can be multiplayer, single player. Either way, they're gonna have a happy holiday. Oh. It's actually getting really hot in this sweater and the video just started. Anyway, the first game that I want to talk about is The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. This is the game that came after Age of Calamity. So now in the storyline, Age of Calamity was a prequel to Breath of the Wild, and then we got the Breath of the Wild followed by Tears of the Kingdom. And this game, it takes place during the timeline of Tears of the Kingdom, how Link is doing all his stuff in Hyrule in the future. This is how, in the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom, how Zelda falls through the ground and like, she kind of like does a Thanos snap thing where she just disappears. And you find out that she's been sent to the past. And like at the end it's finding a way to get Zelda back to the future. But this game deals with what happens to Zelda as she travels with the Zonai, how she goes on through different battles in ancient Hyrule. It's basically what happened during the time and before the time that Ganondorf became the Demon King and rose to power. If you love Age of Calamity, I have no doubt you're gonna love Age of Imprisonment. I'm only about halfway through the game, but I love every aspect to it. Yeah, given there's not many characters that you're familiar with, unlike Age of Calamity, where it had like the Guardians, like you had Mipha, and you had Daruk, and you had Urbosa, and you had Rivali, you have the champions. And with this one, it just kind of put together a bunch of random Hylian and random characters, but it's still a really fun gameplay, like a beat-em-up gameplay, where you explore ancient Hyrule, how you get to just interact, see how Zelda interacted with the Zonai like Rauru and Sonia during her time in the past, as well as she goes on her own missions in ancient Hyrule. It's a super fun game. I really love this game. If you have family members that love The Legend of Zelda, and they loved Age of Calamity, and they love Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, if you play Tears of the Kingdom, I think you're obliged to play Age of Imprisonment, just because it goes more into depth of the story of Tears of the Kingdom with what's happening in the past with Zelda. Anyway, I definitely recommend this as a #1 choice to get anyone who loves Zelda, who has a Nintendo Switch 2. They better have a Nintendo Switch 2 because it's too powerful to work on the Switch 1. So, if you're gonna get this for someone, make sure they got a Switch 2 first. But if they do, definitely get this game for them, because they will not be disappointed in it. Next for the Nintendo Switch 2 is a video game about a character that I have never liked that Nintendo created. I've always kind of thought he was a giant mindless character that was an NPC. That I played his other games before, haven't been a big fan of them, but I actually really did enjoy this game, and that's Donkey Kong Bananza. What I love about Donkey Kong Bananza is that the graphics to it are just amazing, and what I love is that Paulina is brought back into the game. How, like, in the original game, she was the kidnapped from Donkey Kong. The girl that kidnapped Donkey Kong, Mario's trying to get her back from Donkey Kong. And with this, she's riding on his back. I only played the demo, so I don't know a full story on it. I'm still working on this game. But I love how you can go to these different areas and just bash your way through the land, creating your own paths and just getting money along the way, occasionally finding the golden banana that'll get Donkey Kong more powers. I can't say much about Donkey Kong Bananza just because I've only played the demo and I haven't played it that much on the actual game. But I really do like it, and I think anyone who's played the demo before and they don't have this game and they did like the demo, I think they would be pleasantly surprised to get Donkey Kong Bananza as a Christmas gift. Once again, they gotta have a Switch too, because it's too powerful to play on Switch 1. Anyway, definitely Switch 2 game to get if they love Donkey Kong. I need to get out of this sweater. It's really hot. My armpits are starting to sweat. I'm gonna do a quick change. Excuse me. The last game I want to talk about getting for the Nintendo Switch 2, I don't have a physical copy of. It was a game that came downloaded onto the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm talking about Mario Kart World. Anyone who loves Mario Kart, I have no doubt they're gonna love this game. It's super fun to be able to choose all these characters. And through the game, as you race up through these racetracks, you can stop through these little pit stops that have like ice cream or pizza or hamburger or whatever, and once your character eats them, they unlock these different costumes. So the roster of characters, they like grow and grow and grow. Like you got regular Mario, then you got Construction Mario, or you got Yoshi, and then you got Sunday Yoshi or Luigi, and then you got Construction Luigi. All these different characters have these different costumes, which is really fun to unlock. Plus, the tracks can be really fun. Like, there's this Boo Mansion level that you're racing through the woods, then you're racing, like, through this movie area where you go into this movie screen, and it's all, like, black and white with Boos floating around. It's really cool. The tracks are really fun. The roster is really cool to choose from. And the game has, like, an open world area where you can just drive around the map of the Mushroom Kingdom, or you can just go cruising down a river in Japan, or go through the city of Italy with it being Mario Kart World. It's just a really fun game. If you love the Mario Kart racing games, I would definitely check out Mario Kart World to get the physical game. Like, if you get it with the download with the Switch, that's gonna cost you like $530. So I would just get like the $80 game. But if you love Mario Kart Racing, you got a kid that loves Mario Kart Racing, or other family, definitely consider getting the Mario Kart World, because it's a fun get-together family racing game. Alright, now we're to the original Nintendo Switch. And the first game that I would recommend, it's kind of an old game. I think it came out in like 2003 or like 2023. And that's Pokemon Legends Arceus. What I love about this game is that when you choose your character, you're opened up into this like almost a kind of Breath of the Wild-like world. How you're able to explore the wilderness of Pokemon, to be able to find these Pokemon out in the wild, and to be able to craft your own Pokeballs and to be able to capture these different Pokemon that you find in the wild. It's amazing. There's like these 2 different schools that you can choose to join, and as you go on through the game, your level increases. Like, you start out at level 1 star, and then you can go to level 2 star, and the higher stars you get, the more dangerous Pokemon that you can go try to catch, which means the more the map area opens up that you can go explore to catch these Pokemon. It's really cool. Plus, you can use these different Pokemon that you get to do different things. Like, you can basically hang glide at one point from this one eagle-like Pokemon, or there's like this cat Pokemon that can climb up mountains, where you're sitting in a basket as it's climbing up to get to higher points in the map. It's a really fun game. It's a Breath of the Wild meets Pokemon-like game. Like, you do have to be careful because the wild Pokemon actually will attack, so you gotta avoid their attacks while you battle them with your own Pokemon. It's a really fun game. If you love Pokemon or Breath of the Wild, I would definitely check into getting Pokemon Legends Arceus, because with the open world exploration and the very beginning origins of Pokemon collecting, it's a really fun game that any Pokemon lover would enjoy to get for Christmas. Next, let's talk about Demon Slayer Sweep the Board. If you love anime, especially Demon Slayer particularly, and you love the Mario Party games, I have no doubt anyone you would get this for, or even yourself, you would love this game, just because it is so immersive into the world of Demon Slayer. Like, you do have the options to play as like Tanjiro or Inosuke, Zenitsu, a couple of the Hashira like Shinobu or the Snake Hashira. You play as them, and depending on what area you choose to play in, there's like 6 game boards you can play on. Depending on the role, you can get like side characters, other side Hashira, or other side characters that you can have as allies throughout the game. Similar to how Mario Party works. Also, there are other mini games in it that are super fun. Super chill mini games, like playing the little Sami-san that Zenitsu plays in the 2nd season of Demon Slayer, or you can do fishing, or you can do a mini game where you're just mice setting off fireworks. And there's also other fun ones where you can like play badminton, you can play this one game where you're like whacking each other with stakes trying to get each player out of the ring. It has super fun mini games, really fun board games surprisingly, with a lot of fun twists to the board games. With it being night and day, like you can get Nezuko as an ally, or more demons will appear at night in the board games. It's a super fun game. I thought it was a total ripoff of the original Mario Party, but it is, and it isn't. It's a really fun twist on Mario Party. If you love Demon Slayer and Mario Party, definitely get it, because it's a game you won't be disappointed with. For the Sonic fans and for fans of racing games, if you were a fan of Team Sonic Racing, you no doubt will want to play Sonic Racing Crossworlds. This game, oh dude, like every moment of this game that I played, I was addicted to how much fun I had with it. I was shocked how often the track would change from one destination to the other. Like, at one point you could be racing on Kronos Island, and then you would race through this ring where you would be soaring through the sky, just going against these other opponents. It doesn't have a giant roster like Mario Kart World does. In Mario Kart World, you're up against 24 other racers. In this game, you're only up against 12 racers. But the roster is one of the great things about the game. I mean, you got Sonic, Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, but Shadow. Then you got Eggman, you got Sage from Sonic Frontiers. She's one of the coolest characters. I really do wish Infinite from Sonic Forces was a racer in this game. liked him. But not only do you have the option of just being cars, but you also have the option to be in not motorcycles, hoverboards, which is really cool. And you can choose how you want your cars to look, what color they want to be, and just the areas that you can race in, and how they adapt through the level, through the laps that you go on. It's just an amazing game. I loved it so much. It's a really fun game. If you're a Sonic fan at all, I would definitely check out Sonic Crossworlds Racing, because it's amazing. And last but not least, I want to talk about Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2. If you're like me and loved Hinokami Chronicles 1, I would definitely get Hinokami Chronicles 2, just because it's a continuation of the story. Like, it picks up right where 1 left off. I wouldn't recommend it if you haven't seen the anime up until after the Mugen Train, just because that's where Hinokami Chronicles 2 takes place. But at the same time, it does have long cutscenes that cover the events of what goes on after the Mugen Train. So that part might be up to you. But I do love the gameplay of it, especially since you're not just specifically tied to Inosuke or Tanjiro. You get to play as like Zenitsu or Inosuke. They get to like do this detective little section of the game where they're exploring these different houses looking for Uzui's wives. Like, Inosuke at one point, he gets to just run through the house in his boar mask, just destroying everything. And then you do get the part playing the Sami-san as Zenitsu again, which is awesome. But I do like how it does bring some aspects back, like Tanjiro's sense of smell is brought back into it, and the game isn't like super linear like the first one is. Like, you do have this objective, but it is letting you explore the area wherever you are, like the Swordsmith Village or the Entertainment District. It's letting you explore those areas and talk to different people in the game, which is really cool. It's a really fun story to it. If you know the anime, you'll definitely love Hinokami Chronicles too. Plus, the section you get where you get to choose your characters, which ones get a fight, it's pretty awesome. Like, characters that have been killed from the first season and first game are brought back into this game, which is really cool. It's fun to see them fight, it's fun to see their special moves. If you love Demon Slayer and fighting games, I would definitely check out this game. Yeah, but definitely check out Hinokami Chronicles 1 if you've never seen, if you want to play 2, because like I said earlier, it's a direct correlation. Anyway, if you love the first one, definitely get 2. Alright, those are all my gaming suggestions for anybody to get anyone to have a good, happy gaming Christmas with their family or by themselves. I think they're gonna have a good Christmas if you take into consideration any of the games that I suggested. Anyway, if you have these games already, I hope you love them. I know I loved every single game that I talked about, some more than others, but every game I talked about in this video I loved. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. And yeah, we'll see you later.